Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I have been waiting a few weeks to really dive into some Ample games. So Ample is probably number one on the ladder right now. Technically, as I'm casting this, there's someone on number one on the ladder that I've never seen the name before. He's got an unbelievable win rate, and his game average length is about 3 minutes. And I just went in and watched about 15 of his replays, and every single game he 9-pools and just plays it perfectly and kills his opponent. So either it is unbelievably good luck that his opponents are completely unable to outmaneuver him, or there is some hacking going on. I am going to look a little bit further into it, and if I deem that he is not cheating, then I will actually make some sort of video showing the way that he's playing. But it's pretty suspicious. Like, it doesn't pass the I don't know, common sense test for someone that's played Brood War for a long time. You don't beat all the best players in the world with 9-pool right in a row. Anyways, that's behind him on the ladder, right in that second spot, which I believe is actually number one. Because normally, number one on the ladder is almost always a drop hacker. And then they get bored and they fall off because of MMR decay. But Ample has been up at the top of the ladder now for about a month, which is wild. Ample is... I love Ample, okay? He is a very fun style. He's like, if you dialed up the aggression on, I don't know, sharp or speed by like 2x. Ample has been the most aggressive Terran. He's like the zealot of Terran, basically. Just super, super hyper aggressive. He's been in KSL back when that was around. He's been in ASL at least a couple times. You know, he was a somewhat well-known pro back in the day. Not super, super well-known or anything, but I mean, people knew who he was. And he's been really practicing. He's been trying to expand his play. And I've shown a little bit of that so far. We had an Ample game on Eclipse, you might remember, where he hit an unbelievable macro game and timing push. It was really, really nice. And since then, like, he was doing good back then and starting to get some good games. But he's improved so much. He's, like, been sitting right up at the top of the ladder. It feels to me like he's really trying to improve his play and get up to the next level and become a real ASL player, like a ASL regular, right? He gets in sometimes, of course, because he's a good player, but it seems like he's trying to become regular. And, you know, we've seen various Terran players do things like this. Like, for a little bit, Leda was really working on his play and really improved his TVP, for instance. I haven't kept too much track of Leda. He hasn't had great results or anything, but he's definitely gotten better. You know, obviously there's some other players, newer ones, that are still working hard, like Barracks, for example. But yeah, Ample's been working his butt off, and it's really starting to pay off. So yeah, I wanted to look at some of his games and see how they're looking right now. It's, you know, think back to how well Speed played, right? Speed started dominating ladder, and then lo and behold, he has a great ASL season. That's what we might end up seeing from Ample. And as I say, he's expanding his play. We have a second factory go up. Okay. Anyways, right now, Ample here is playing against Wico Disco. He's a very well-known amateur Protoss. Hasn't hit ASL yet, but Disco's very, very strong. I have a fair amount of Disco casts on this channel. Now, this is a 2-factory. I don't know. Yeah, I think Disco must have seen it. When his Zealot was microing up here, yeah. So he knows that it's 2-fact. It's funny when you know it's 2-fact. If you don't already have a Nexus, it turns into a really funny-looking game. Like, if you already made the Nexus and you see it's 2-fact, you kind of fall back, make extra gateways, and you're like, okay, I hold this, I win. But in a situation like this where you were putting on pressure, and it's like, okay, well, he's going for a lot of units as well. It gets really down and dirty. Now, Disco actually clears the SCV off of this and kills all those Marines. So that's like it's kind of a bad start for the 2-fact. You really want those extra Marines in there. Obviously, they dealt some damage to the Goon, so this Goon is going to be very easy to pick off with just a couple tank shots. But not worth. Like, it's better to have the Marines tanking in the battle with the siege tanks. So speed on the way. A couple more tanks as well. Definitely has potential here. 2-gate production from Disco, I think, is pretty solid, though. Mines get started. And we should see Ample go at 3 tanks. It'd be pretty surprising if he waits beyond that. And honestly, in a game like this, I'd bring 2 SCVs as well. Actually, 2 factory against Protoss used to be my specialty. I know a lot about this build. I've beaten a lot of pros with it. It's like, if you're doing it like this, where you really need the damage, like, look, he's cut like a lot of SCVs. You should just bring a couple with you because you're already basically all in. You have to get damage. Now, the micro here from Disco is quite good. He actually picks off 2 of the tanks and somehow saves this goon. It's got to be careful because Ample's going to try to target that down. 2 of those goons are very close to death. Now, the one thing he has to watch out for is the switch into Vultures has already started. What? Dude, Disco is diving so hard. Very good micro here from Ample. Wow. So he actually clears a lot of those goons and doesn't have a lot of units at home to block. I really would like to see like a couple more buildings thrown in here just to make sure Vultures don't wiggle their way by. That's like one way you can absolutely lose to these 2 factory plays. Like, well, those are really low. Oh my god, they both double shotted the same one twice. Okay, he gets 1 mine down there. Oh no. No. Okay. Wow, that mine just did not want to burrow. Sometimes they take a long time. Okay, so all the goons have taken quite a bit of damage. In the meantime, he does go ahead and starts his command center. This is actually a very fun position that we're looking at here. Because the Nexus, obviously the Nexus and the command center are both very, very late. And they've both lost a lot of units so far. We do have an advantage for Disco, I would say. You know, he's got like slightly better tech. He's got more workers by a fair amount. There are still a lot of mines sitting around, but he's got that Nexus up quicker too. So you can see he's up like 5 workers right now. Kind of a tough position here for Ample. Oh, and it looks like he actually lost the goon to that mine. I think that mine actually blew up a probe or two too because he's still on 32. Looks like he's getting ready for an additional base, but he shouldn't. Maybe this is just for a pylon to watch for drops or something. Because, like, yeah, a starport over here would actually be kind of a cool play. eBay gets started. Observer speed on the way. This is maybe the fastest observer speed I've ever seen. But this actually makes sense. I think this is actually almost an underutilized technique. Oh my god, look at the position he got to when I was analyzing everything else. Ample just casually walks down and sieges. Coming around this corner is very tough. This is the right call. You let this die so that you can skirt around where the tanks can hit and come in from a better angle. Because if you feed like that, you lose everything. If you come in down, if you walk straight across and then up, much better. But this is a really good, very deep attack. Very deep tank line. These are the type of tank lines that drive Protoss crazy. Dude. GG. Wow. So this game is actually classic Ample. Okay, so like just because you're learning a lot and like improving your play in different ways doesn't mean that you should never do your own style. But this is like a very classic Ample, how aggressive he was this game. This is okay. So I'm actually really glad that we started on this game because I'll definitely show a couple more TVPs. Because I've seen some great macro out of him. I want to show that. But this is like, if I'm watching an Ample game and you show me this, I'm like, yeah, there you go. That's Ample. There's how he plays. Very cool. The one thing I really liked about this is the 2-fact failed, right? Like the 2-fact kind of, well, he got some vultures in. He did a little bit of damage, right? But like overall, this was a very good hold by Disco. And so look at this. He goes 2 more tanks, CC, and then just produces tanks. And he's keeping him busy with the vultures. He has a few mines up here. And the thing is, he's like correctly identifying this situation where everything's been pushed back. Like, there's no observer, right? So he actually has this window where it's like, well, he knows there's no units in between him and his opponent's base, most likely. So he just brings this army down. Like, I missed this while it was happening. But look at the position he takes. This is, like, perfect. He's repairing. He's got a lot of health here. This is 4 goon hits. This is 6 goon hits. This is 8 goon hits, right? 7 or 8 goon hits. 7, right? Yeah, explosive versus medium does 75%. I don't know. Anyways, it's like, yeah, I believe 7 hits. Whatever it is. But this setup is... It's just, like, he made this really hard and just rallied down. He's still on the 2 factories, but he's, like, building his economy. What a weird position. And to just crush and win immediately out of that is... That's really well done. And this actually, one other thing. Ample has more practice with these types of plays than basically anyone. The only player that actually does aggressive builds close to the frequency of Ample as far as top Terrans go is probably, like, Sharp. I guess Speed is, like, pretty aggressive overall, and Bishop is a little bit aggressive. But, like, you know, you get other macro Terrans, and they don't really do this type of thing much. So, like, if he fills out his macro play but can still do things like this and just suddenly win the game, that's a dangerous Terran to deal with. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.